No, no, that's too much. No, I just want to reveal the roots. Um, so let's maybe use a very low opacity and try again. Where are you? Okay, no, that's not what I want. Let me, let's see, this is level 2, right? So I'm just going to add a mask to the level 2 and mask this out. Nope, that's not either. Uh, yeah, it's just a mask to the distribution map. Here, let's see. Yeah, all right. Yeah, because no, I can do that there. Um, let's add the neck hairs, move it down here instead. Mm-mm, no. You see how you lost the notion with the layers? You don't know what's what's happening anymore. Um, you know what? Let's mm, uh, maybe I sure should not overcomplicate things. But I also want to have peace of mind. I don't don't want to leave this like this. Yeah, yeah, that's it. I have some roots here. Yeah, it's not too sharp. I have very short short roots here. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Now the level 3 here. I feel like I have to increase the hair count because yeah. So let's see now what happens if I connect the length map to the width map. I'm going to paint a width map, but let's see how it looks. Hmm, this one looks fine, but this one looks maybe too sharp. I have to fix that too. Here it looks fine. Here it looks fine as well. Let's see what happens if I connect this length map to the width map. I'm going to look for it here. Mm, fade map. Let me rename this node so we can find it later. Also, let's find the distribution map. This map. What else? Okay. And I'm going to set this pin here. So if we deselect the hair, the hair stack doesn't go away like this. So this is the fade map. Wait, let me just move this so we can see. It looks too thin, but I like it. I like what it does, but it's doing it too much. So what we are going to do is let's see. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. So what I'm going to do is create another map for the width, a different map, but based in the length map. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to hide all this. Yes, just keep level 1 and level 0. And let's call this width map. Break the connection and let's add a new map for this. Where are you? Here. Exactly. Now it looks way smoother. From no hair to hair, it looks very smooth. And also here, to compare, I'm going to copy paste this change width node here, and I'm going to disconnect the map from one of them so you can see the before and after. This is without a width map. You can see how the transition looks good, but it looks a bit better with the width map. Here you can see the hairline looks very smooth and nice, because we also have these dark areas here, so the hair here on the front is a bit thinner compared to the rest. So we have this without a width map and with a width map. Before and after. Before and after. We keep the roots here. We can still see the roots, but the transition is smoother. Let's see on the back how it looks. Yes, we keep the roots, but the transition is smoother. Let's see here behind the ears. Well, we don't have dark areas here, but well, yes, more or less, yes. So what we can take from this is that multipliers in the change width and the length work better compared to the multiplier in the in hair from guides, because this one is about removing the hair, but change width, we just create a gradual transition between different strand width, and the same with the length. Their work is not to remove hair, but just to change it. So that's why they work different, and that's why I suggest this workflow if you are trying to create this type of hair. And I used the same technique here with the uh, how it is called how is this called I oh my god, eyebrows. In the eyebrows, I use the same technique here. As you can see, there is a nice, a smooth, really gradual transition between the areas without hair and the areas with hair. The hair is getting thinner and thinner and thinner as you approach the edges here. And we still, you may not see it, but we still have roots here, over here. They are just really small, and they are really short and really thin. But if I select the how okay, if I select the hair object here of the eyebrows, you can see that the roots go beyond the what we have here. You can see really small and short roots here, and really large and thick hairs here. And this is what creates this smooth and nice transition. You can see the result here, and it's exactly the same technique. I have hair from guides with a distribution map that is very, very wide and sharp. And then I have a length map. Let me show you. I have a length map. Then I have a change width to, to create the gradual transition between the areas with hair and areas without hair. And I'm using the same here with this short haircut to create this nice fading. So feel free to use this technique. Okay, so I was here working on the hairline. Let's keep working on the hairline. Give me a minute. I will be back in 1 or 2 minutes. Back. So let's keep working on the hairline here. I want to make it look more or less like this one. So I am going to paint a little bit more black on this side. Um, this is here on the length detail. Yes, Here, let's paint black. Um, like this. Let's see how it looks. Um, hmm, wait. Yeah, I have to turn this on. Yes. And this is the fade map. Oh, it's getting confusing. Let's try to not lose track of. Oh yeah, I think it's the difference on the flow. This one goes to the back like this, but here they go like this. So it's correct. This is how it should look. So no problem there. Another thing that I want to do with the hairline is add a bit of, oops, what is happening? The stream is still going. Okay, yeah, we are still going. David Baran have another question. Have you tried using this kind of nose gradient in the distribution multiplier? This could work because it is not using gray values. Let's see, what is this? Oh, interesting. How can I create this type of map? I can try that. We can experiment with that. Yes. Yeah, good idea. But I don't know how to make it like this. Let me know. I will. So I want to refine this hairline here a little bit more, and over here too. I'm going to add a bit of noise in this area because this is what I can see here. Here the hairline is not it's not very even, so I think it needs a little bit of more noise to create more randomization on this area. So let's try that. I'm going to add another layer. Oh my god, another layer. No. And call this I don't know, noise, for example. And I'm going to use maybe this brush. Let's see what happens. Yes. uh, Maybe not. Maybe this. Yes. No, let's try this. Yes, this one. And let's try to spread some noise over here and all around this edge here. I hope you can see it is very subtle. and especially on this corner. And here I'm going to do something like this, scratch this corner like this, and decrease it, decrease the brush size and create some some lines here. Those little details add a lot to the groom. And down here as well, but just a little bit, not too much, like this. Okay. So instead, I'm going to add the noise only on the width map. So I'm going to remove the fading. Whoops. I need level 0 and 1 of the fading. And yeah, the width map will look like this. Let's export it with map. Well, I am David Baran says, well, I am not sure how to create that in a procedural manner. My only suggestion on this will be to take this very picture and use it inside Moodbox. Or maybe we can create this type of image, I don't know, paint maybe we can paint a normal map, not a normal map, but a regular gradient map with gray values, and then I don't know, use some type of Photoshop filter to make it look like this, removing the gray values. May work, yeah, it may work, but I'm not sure exactly how I will do it. But I can try. Yes, I can try with this very image and just load it into Maya. Yeah, I will try that in a bit. Um, do I have the map already? I don't remember. Let me export it again. And let me go back to Maya and reload it. Oh no, I have the eyebrows selected. First of all, let me remove this and let me reload it. Yes, exactly. Much better. So we have this nice hairline here, and it's improved here. This is only on the width. The length is still the same for the hairline. Yeah, I like that. I like that. And you can also You can also add any type of how do we call it? Let me first get the fading back. So we can also create like a drawing on the back or maybe on the sides. Let me have a regular brush, something like this. I don't know how those are called in English, but maybe we can create some drawings on the hair like this. How do I turn on the lacy brush? Oh, here. Uh, this is what I want. Something like this, and maybe 90%, and export again as fade map. And reload. Doesn't look very good because the length of the hair here is too long. But yeah, you can do that if the hair is okay. Let's just decrease the length on the level 3. It was on 40%. Let's remember that. There you go, something like this. But not in this case. I don't like the look of it. Let's experiment a little bit more with the level 3. Okay, let's go back to 40% for now. And now that we have the fading, I want to work on the shape of the groom. I don't like how it looks right now, so let's improve that before going into the details. Okay. Um, We can work with that. So to groom the guides, I'm going to turn off all this to improve performance. And you know what? Maybe we can keep her from guides. Give it a few seconds. Maybe the length as well. And let's give it a try. Going to select the guides on the top. Oh, let's try something. I want to show you this. So now that we have the hair with different lengths, we can let me turn off this change width to show you this properly, and I will add a new hair width and set it maybe there. Okay, so this one doesn't have any map connected to it, and I'm going to also add a frizz node. We don't have any map and it have the default values, right? So let me turn off the frizz again, and I'm going to add a generate a strand data node. With this node, we can create we can create a strand channels using expressions and using different methods. I'm going to show you one of them, and the one that I like to use with this type of hair and with facial hair. So here you have the type of data that you want to create. I want to create a new channel, a new strand channel, and the new strand channel name is this here. You can change this to whatever you want. For now, it is called my channel. The channel type will be per strand or per vertex. We are going to use to create a per strand channel. So generation method, constant, random, by index. In this case, I'm going to create one using the strand length. So this will create a strand channel based on the length of each hair strand. So that's it. That's it. We have now a strand channel that can read the length of each hair strand. So we can go into, I don't know, the frizz node, and you can see that we get the same amount of frizz on the whole hair object, but we know that shorter hair, very short hair, don't need the same amount of frizz that the longer hairs. So we want the frizz node to add less frizz to the shorter hairs, right? So for that, we just go to the amount channel and select my channel, the channel that we just created in the generate strand data node. And you can see the before and after. Now you have less frizz. You have the amount of frizz driven by the hair length itself. So longer hairs will have more frizz and shorter hairs will have less frizz. Let me decrease it like this. And as you can see, if I increase the frizz amount, the shorter hair get a lot less frizz. Let me set it to, I don't know, 100 so you can see it better. No, no, that's too much. Uh, there. You can see that the short hair stay where they are. They don't get as much frizz as the rest. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's set it to our real world value like this. So we have some nice frizz that is driven by the hair length. So if we go back to the length node and we change the length, this will also affect the generated strand data and the frizz. So when you change one, the rest will be regenerated automatically, so you don't have to make any changes to the rest. So that's really nice, because when you change the length, the generated strand data will update the channel with the new length values, because the generation method is a strand length, and you have here a list with a bunch of method. As I said, you can use expression, object space, position. You can test if the hair is inside an object. For example, you can make the hair go wet when it goes underwater. If the water is a mesh, you can add the water here as a mesh, a scene object. Let me show you that. Yeah. Let's use as generation method. Let's use is inside object. As you can see, the all the frizz was removed because the hair is not inside an object. So I'm just going to add an object here. I'm going to add a sphere. Why are you there, sphere? You are too far from home. Whoa. Okay, there you are. And I'm going to increase the size of the sphere like this. I'm also going to add a new material to the sphere and make it transparent, so we can see what is under what is inside the sphere. So let's go back to generate strand data, and I'm going to click here, add a scene object, and click on the sphere. Now the sphere is used as a scene object. Now the effect of the channel, the values of the channel will be generated based on what part of the hair is inside of the sphere. Okay, let's try that. So let's change the name of the channel to to inside a sphere, for example, so we can find it easily. And the generation method is inside object. So let's add this channel to the frizz node. Right now, so we set this channel here in the amount channel is inside a sphere, right? Right now you can see that if I increase the frizz amount, nothing happens. It's because the hair is not inside of the sphere. So let's set it to 10 so we can see the effect better, and select the sphere and move it closer to the hair, and you can see how the frizz is increased only on the hair that is inside the object. You see? Really cool, huh? So you can, for example, make the hair wet when it goes inside water, change the behavior of the simulation when the hair goes underwater, when the hair is wet, when the hair is dry. I don't know if the character take his hat off, if it's an animal and the the animal get in contact with another object, you can change the behavior of the hair, or the look of the hair. And you can also use, I'm not going to show that now, but you can also use this channel in your shading network, if you are rendering using Redshift or Arnold. You can, for example, make the hair that goes into the sphere, make it red or white or whatever shading effect you want to add to the hair. Or if you want to set the hair on fire, you can use this as well. uh, Another way that you can use this is set the scene object, instead of a sphere you set a camera. For example, the camera that you have in the scene. So when the scene when the camera is very far from the hair object, you can decrease the details of the hair. So the renderer the rendering goes faster, and the computer, the hair use less resources. And when the camera goes very close to the hair, you can increase the details of the hair, so it looks much better. So you can control the quality of the hair like that. I hope that's useful. If you have any questions about that, let me know. So I'm going to let's try another thing. If I add this channel is inside object to the width, to the change width node, the hair will disappear. And if I move the sphere close or inside the head, the hair will appear, because it is modifying modifying the content of the channel in real time, like this, as I move the sphere. What else can we do with well, we can also use expressions. We can use strand curviness. We can use random values. The index will read the strand index of the hair. So for example, each hair strand, wait, let me change this to length. So each hair strand here have an index. So you can here set it to index and read the index, in case you want to do something to a particular hair. Let's say you have here one hair strand that you want to change somehow. You can set it to index. Then in the expressions here, you can read the index and set whatever value you want to set to the index. Or you can read all the indices or a range of indices, um, whatever you want to do to the indices. You can also use a texture map. For example, if I have here my length map, my fade map, and let's say I want to convert this map to a strand channel instead for some reason. Let's say I want to use this in the shading network, and for some reason I want to use it as a strand channel instead of a texture map. I just connect my map here in this texture multiplier, connect it here, and set the generation method to texture map, and it will just create a channel out of the texture map. Where was I? So here, strand length. So instead of let me delete the frizz, and we can set this here, and yeah, you can see the before and after. I'm using the map to drive the width, so the shorter the hairs, the thinner they will be. So you have that. In case you don't want to paint another map for the for change width, you can just use this method. But I have a map, so let's go back and delete this, and delete this sphere, and we have the scene as before. So let's play a little bit with the shape of the hair. The first thing I'm going to do is select the hair on top like this and create a strand group so we can select them later. Like this. Yeah. And I'm going to, where is it? The strand group, and turn on use strand groups and click assign unique. So it now have a strand group, and if I want to select this group, I just click select by group, and there you have it. I have the whole group selected. And the reason I want to do that is because I'm going to use this option here on the brushes, affect selected only. So the brush here, we're in brush mode here. So the brush here will only affect the hair that is selected. So if I brush like this, the hair that is not selected will not be affected. As you can see, nothing happens to these light blue guides, only to the red ones that are selected. So like this, let's just try to make it look uh, like this one. Just uh, real quick. I don't want to spend too much time grooming because I want to show you the good, the stuff, the tricks that I use. And grooming guides is really boring and a long process, and you already know how to do that. So I want to show you something that you don't know yet. Um, if you have questions, feel free to interrupt. Something like this. If you want to see me groom guides like this, I have more streams doing this. You can find them on YouTube on the Ether channel. Oops, I want to select a single guide, so I have to uncheck this option and go back like this. Okay, let's remove this intersection here, like this. The guide was inside the head, so I had to move it. Um, like this, you already know that the process of grooming guides is the same on every hair tool, where Ornatrix Exceed is adding a bunch of details to the hair, a bunch of destructive details, and the way you can deal with the guides, the way you can manage the guides with the strand groups and strand channels, and the stack nodes system is very flexible. Okay, um, just a little bit more for peace of mind. Whoops, no. There you go. Okay, we are almost there. I just want to refine this a little bit more. Just 2 or 3 hours more. Just kidding. Okay, let's try to remove these intersections here. And I may need to add one more guide here to get rid of this. Let's see. No, those two are okay. All right, it's this one. You are the problem, little guy. There you go. I think you also need some, let's see. Yeah. You need some movement. You two are okay. What about you? And you? Yeah, you got to